Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. We thought the old place was loud. Somehow this place got even louder a short time ago as the Falcons were introduced to this sellout crowd. We're set to go as the Falcons get ready to match up with Russell Wilson and the Seattle Seahawks. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
The Seahawks take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Check 99. Check 99.
This is Chris Carson, 1,000-yard rusher a year ago. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be second down.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber with runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Watch that end. Tight end right. Tight end right. 14. We got 4. Back. 14. Got it. Hey. Check.
From the 27, Wilson. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down.
You get a tight end like this, and you know he's used to dishing out punishment, but here, he's one that has to absorb the contact, and as a result, unable to hold on to the football.
And just play number 3 here on the opening drive, and it's an early 3rd and 1.
Slam. Check 50.
Out of the gun, here's Wilson. And the throw there going to be incomplete. So the defense able to get off the field here on 3rd down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on 3rd down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
This is away and a very good kick angled for the sidelines. No returning this one. It sails out of bounds, and they'll spot it right at the 20.
At their own 20-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Say. Hey, Tuesday. Gotta go.
Here's Ryan. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I remember growing up playing basketball. My coaches always talked about communicating on defense, making sure you talk on defense, know where your screens are, know where the cuts are coming from, who has who. Well, guess what? It's the same thing in football. Even though there's more noise out there, you can hear all the screams of screen. This defense.
And he can't escape the pressure. Ryan goes down.
All right, partner, I'm going to be Captain Obvious right here. Not the start you're looking for offensively, right? Incomplete pass, followed by a sack.
And when he went down, it looked like that right ankle got turned, but thankfully he popped up okay, and they breathed a sigh of relief on that sideline. It's caught, Jones. And he's able to get this one all the way past the 30. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Swings it out to the flat for Freeman. Just a 1-yard pickup on the play, and it'll make it 2nd down.
Is that not the very definition of a tough yard gained?
Now, is that one where as the receiver you go to your quarterback and say, why'd you even throw that?
Yeah, I think you do, and I think you wonder what type of a route are you going to send me on that only 1 yard's going to be the result? If I'm going to go in there and take contact, let's go and get something out of it, not just 1 yard.
Throwing again on 2nd down, but this time it's incomplete.
The positioning here is key. As a defensive back, you're taught 99% of the time, make a play on the football. But in this case, making a play on the man was all the difference. That's what forced the incompletion.
Slam.
On 3rd down, Ryan. And he's got a man, Calvin Ridley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta.
Calvin Ridley more than justified his first-round selection in 2018. 64 catches as a rookie and found the end zone 10 times. Did a nice job getting open right there and picking up a first down.
A carry for Devontae Freeman, who missed most of last season. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. So add that tackle for a loss to the 2 that he had a week ago.
And you know what he's doing right now?
Smiling?
Yeah, definitely doing that. But he's also patting his guys on the back, his defensive front, because they're keeping him clean, meaning no one's getting to him as a blocker. He's able to run to the football, and the plays he's making, he's spilling them in the offensive backfield.
On second and 11 now. Ryan, and the catch is made by Justin Hardy. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks 42. So from Seahawk territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line. From the shotgun, Ryan. Jones has it. 17 yards and a first down for Atlanta. That catch, number 750 of his NFL career, and it puts him even with not just one but 2 Hall of Famers, Michael Irvin and Charlie Joyner. So some pretty good company at 7'5".
Now you talk about the playmaker, Michael Irvin, and the guy who just made plays, Charlie Joyner. And that's what we're seeing here. Similar style in terms of being dependable, being open, and turning it into plays that you remember.
It's a gain of 13 and a first down for Atlanta. On first down, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. 7 yards on the play, and that'll make it a second down. Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball in this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
On third down, Devontae Freeman. Yeah, Freeman was trying to work his way forward, but I don't think he got there. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down at a yard. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They'll run it. Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman. His 5th touchdown now on the year, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. And his kick is good, but flags come in. Looks like we're going to get a roughing call here on the follow-through. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense.
And on the first drive, 3 and out. And I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Here's Carson. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
I think they like this drive a little bit better there, partner. Running game helping out, picking up some of the slack. Because remember, the last drive, they went 3 and out.
Hey, zero.
Throwing now, Wilson on first down. And he finds Penny. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. 11 yards there and a first down for Seattle.
Everyone's got to be able to catch the football. Doesn't matter what position you play, but if you're on offense, be aware a ball may come your way.
From midfield now, here's Wilson. They'll run the screen with Carson. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. They'll wind up losing 4 yards on the play. And that's going to make it 2nd and 14.
53 is the mark. Come on. Gun. Check. 53 is mine. Tempo.
Now Wilson. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Credit the sack to Brandon Marshall. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
He's coming. We got double up. Check 3. Check 13. Check
3rd and long. It's Wilson. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down.
It's always a goal, and it's really nice defensively when you can rally to the football and make sure there's enough contact to force an incompletion.
Force an incompletion and force another punt. He gets this away. It's a good one. Drawing toward the sidelines. And this will depend on the spot as it sails out of bounds. And they'll say it sailed out at the 10-yard line. The field position game, such an overlooked facet, Charles, of an NFL game. But this offense, they're going to be pinned back. What an ideal punt.
An ideal punt, and it leads to that term complementary football. Because them doing that puts their defense in a great spot, doesn't it? Gives them a chance. If they want to be aggressive, try and maybe get a safety out of this whole thing, it puts them in that position.
17 yards and a first down for Atlanta.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there. Getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. To throw is Ryan. This complete to Jones. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
You had to figure they'd try and get the ball to Julio early, and they did it right there. And it doesn't take a degree from MIT to know that, so you had to figure, what's up with the defense? You should know that that's coming right away.
Now Ryan on first down. Gets it off to Freeman. It's a 4-yard pickup, and it'll be 2nd down.
A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
61, matchbox, lights. Kill. Base. Kill.
To throw again is Ryan. And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And that'll wind up moving the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the Seahawks' 22-yard line. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's hit on all 6 of his throws on this drive. Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete. The intended target was Calvin Ridley, but it'll be second down. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Ryan. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones. His 14th touchdown now on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant tacks on the extra point, and it's now 14-0. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've had it twice. They've punted twice. Not the start they were hoping for.
Not at all, and let's face it, every facility we visit, everyone talks about converting on third down, how big that is. In this situation, they've had to punt it away twice, so they're furiously going over things on the sidelines. What do we need to do to pick up a first down and change our momentum?
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. Once again, they'll go from the 23-yard line on 2nd and 10.
Bang out, bang out, bang, bang. 59. Mike, guys, 4 down, 4 down. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. One left, 59, 59. Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time.
To throw is Wilson. Going to throw again. Eluding the pressure. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Wilson to the Seahawks looking for something big following the sack. It's 3rd and long here.
Zebra. Check 59, Mike.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's going to go down again. The Falcons going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Now here's Michael Dixon as he's on to punt for Seattle. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. And where will this be spotted? The side judge says it went out just across midfield. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They had to go a long way on their last drive to score the touchdown. This time they get at least a little bit more of a cushion with field position.
I have to think that with this field position, after what they did on the last drive, they might want to take a shot right now and try and cut down the length of the drive.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Falcons going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Ryan. He's going to fire one deep, middle of, into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Brad McDougal. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions, quote-unquote, go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
Hey, Zero's point.
From just shy of midfield, Wilson. And that'll be incomplete. Chris Carson, the intended receiver, but now it'll be 3rd down.
Charles, he doesn't seem to be particularly in tune with his receivers, just 2 for 7 throwing the football, but he did seem really locked in before the game.
Yeah, and that has to do with receivers sometimes. Sometimes the defenders knock them off their route, and you're usually pretty precise. 1, 2, 3 cut, ball's out of his hands to the receiver. In this case, might be off by a half step either way. They've got to find a way to get back in sync.
And now the 3rd down throw incomplete complete as well.
Trying to get that one to his tight end, and they've been trying to get the ball to him, but as of yet, unable to successfully complete one. But you know there's usually a nice comfort zone in throwing to the tight end. Great sight lines, usually right in the middle of the field.
A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Falcons will get it 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. So well done there, and these punters, they get more specialized and better each and every year, don't they?
They sure do, and now it's really not the American punters. It's the Australian punters with their kicking academies and that flat drop and just kind of kicking the nose of the football. They're able to almost stop it where they want to, like a good golfer can check one up.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. Well, what's the plan of attack here? Very late second quarter, and look where the ball is.
Yeah, a bad spot for you, but the defense has all 3 timeouts. So what you're telling your team is ball security number 1. It's not all on the running backs if you decide to run the football. That offensive line has got to protect them and wedge out some space because you can't just kneel. They take 3 timeouts. They're going to get the ball back in good field position with a chance to put points on the board. You got to try and get a first down and run out this first half.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Ryan. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. Shaquille Griffin with a pick. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. It's Desmond Trufant, and his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10, just shy of midfield at the 48. Final play of the half, it's Ryan being chased out left. And he hits his target. This is Luke Stocker. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we send you down to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. Pressure comes. He's taken down by the Seahawk defense. The former #1 overall pick, Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now 2nd down and 22 yards to go. Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
Mike 5-4, Mike 5-4.
3rd and long. It's Ryan. And it's complete. Hooper. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
That was an excellent read right there. Saw cover 1. That means it's just a single high safety. So you know if you throw the ball to the outside part of the field, help is going to be a little bit late getting there. And he puts one out there for a big-time completion.
Now a fake on the give here as they try the run-pass option. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for second down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Devontae Freeman with his second TD of the game, his 6th on the year. And the Falcons push further out in front. Always important to get the first score of the second half. Now you start to pull away a little bit and get some breathing room going.
And now we find out about the fortitude of the group that's behind, because they were counting on getting into the game a little bit more, right? Maybe they get the first score. That doesn't happen. It looks almost insurmountable, but it's not. Let's see how hard they play the rest of the game.
And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the first touchdown of the second half scored against them.
They were down at the half. Now, as you mentioned, they're down a little bit bigger, but no time for discouragement. Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half.
They run again with Carson. And not much there. Maybe a yard up to the 24.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got a chance to pin their ears back and get after him now.
Jim. Watch out. Zebra. Go, 14.
On third down, Wilson. Open man is Metcalf. He's got it. And they're able to get this one across the 35. That one good for 14 and a Seahawk first. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
Shift. Watch the shift. 12. 59 mark. Check. 59. Hey, D-line, let's get in there.
And with the play clock at 5, we're going to get a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter.
59. Let's get it together, defense. Let's get it together. Got it. Mike 5'9. Go. Twist. Mike's 59. I got him.
From the gun, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. First down, Seattle on a pickup of 13.
First down, Seahawks.
And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't
Yeah,
they?
when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
Now it's Carson. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards.
I'd say they've got to find a way to get him going. He's such a big part of their offense. I wonder if they might throw it a little and come back to the run.
Anything, because you're right. He's pretty much been completely neutralized. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8.
4 down. Hey, 0. Why?
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Carson. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. 22 yards there, a first down.
This is a little bit like baseball here. Strong up the middle. Both sides want to be that. In this case, the offense ended up winning the ultimate battle.
And those big runs between the tackles, that's a little deflating for a defense, isn't it?
It really is, because that's where your strength's supposed to be. You're supposed to be in a spot where they can't make that yardage there. You're supposed to send them outside.
Under pressure, and he'll go down. Sacked back at the 31. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Wilson to throw. That's complete to Disley, the tight end. And he'll go down, and that will do it for the third quarter of action. Back now here on EA Sports. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. Wilson now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. On first down, it's Carson. And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Chris Carson hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. Extra point up and through by Myers. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. About set to begin their next drive. The Falcons offense at the line. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
At the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. From the shotgun, Ryan. And finding the tight end, Hooper. 14 yards there and a Falcon first down.
It's a gain of 14 yards.
Another nice pickup through the air, and I think a lot of people might expect him to run the ball in this situation, Brandon, but with this lead, they're electing to throw the football. Swings, slants, quick outs, things that they consider safe.
They'll tussle for it, and this is going to be caught. Call that a very strong gain of 24. They have the nice cushion. They just want to pour it on right now, still throwing the football.
And I know my background says, why do you need to do this? Just go ahead and run out the clock and get a win. But as many people pointed out.
And this is caught. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones with touchdown number 15 on the year and 2nd of the game. And the Falcons push further out in front. Bryant's extra point up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. And after the touchdown, here's Bryant now to kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked. But you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Check out. 40. 45.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. He'll find Metcalf. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. In for the sack, Deion Jones.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. 46 on his first kick, this one in that neighborhood as well. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They built up that lead at intermission, and they're just continuing to pour it on right now, aren't they?
Locked into a really good groove right now. I don't know if it's just the play calling. I know the execution is really, really sharp right now, and all the playmakers are doing exactly what you expect. They're making plays, and right now, defense has no answer and no chance of catching up.
Yeah, they're just looking to turn anywhere for a stop defensively. On second down, Freeman trying to run inside, but nothing there. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with third down looming. The offense on third down tonight, they've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. They're looking at third in the nose of the football. Now Ryan, he's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he's got the first down yardage as he brings this up to the 47. A nice first down pickup on a gain of 6. They don't need to run another play here before the 2-minute warning. Let's see if they do it anyway. They'll throw on first down with Ryan. Looking deep for Julio. And we are inside of 2 minutes left in this lopsided affair. And that one falls incomplete. Looked like he might have had position there, but he couldn't hold on at second down. So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. And the scoreboard on their side, they're just looking to melt away these final couple of minutes and put this one in the left-hand column. Oh, look at this. Ryan's going to throw it. Airing it out, looking for Ridley. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down. Fourth quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Here's Ryan to throw. And that will be incomplete as well. It was Trey Flowers that time who got a hand in and broke it up.
That's really nice coverage there. I'm not sure he would have gotten to the first down marker anyway, but boy, oh boy, did they blanket him.
Yeah, short throw, but he really didn't have many options. Had to force it in. Well, he didn't have to, but he chose to force it in somewhere. Incomplete.
Yeah, now it brings up fourth down.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They've lost this one. Their offense has struggled. Do they try to put together something here at the end just to take into next week?
Yeah, sometimes teams want to do that and coaches want to. I remember one time I was on a team and we were losing late in a game like this, and you knew it was lost. It was over, right? And the coach called a running play and pretty much said to everyone, I want to see something executed well before we get out of here. And that was the message to the team.
Just something to build on.
Just something to build on, get it done, and maybe we can look at that and say, we'll get better as we go forward.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Tack McKinley has now recorded 10 sacks on the season.
Brandon, that's just football 101. If you're out of the pocket, you've got to get rid of the football in this situation. You cannot take a sack in a 2-minute drill.
To try again after the sack. Wilson steps away to his left. Left side here taken in by Metcalf. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. From the gun on third down. Wilson. And a quick throw here that's complete. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Now the Seahawks forced to use their third and final timeout as they get it with 26 seconds to go in the football game. Throwing now, Wilson on first down. Over the middle, that's caught by Metcalf. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. That'll pick up the first down for Seattle on a gain of 18. Oh, he didn't spike it. He faked it. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not to be. And time has run out now on this game. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it was their defense that really paved the way to this victory as they allowed the one touchdown, and that was all she wrote.
Almost want to do the defense chant right now, right? Defense with a couple of claps in there, but no one wants to hear that from me. Let's just talk about how they got it done, though. When you take care of every aspect of the game, shut down the run, control the airways, right? Make sure the quarterback is harassed. This is the type of performance you get. They can't fashion together any offense, no consistency, and they just took control.
So for Atlanta, they close out this first half at a very solid 6-2. And they'll be able to enjoy this one through the bye week before they get back at it again. Meanwhile, for the Seahawks, they fall 2 games under 500 now at 3-5. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.